President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, has criticized the international community for its inaction. This is as conflict intensifies in the country's east, warning of the potential for regional escalation. Fighting has erupted in the key city of Goma, where Tutsi-led M23 rebels, backed by Rwandan forces, entered the city center on Sunday night after weeks of territorial gains. The latest offensive marks a significant escalation in the long-running conflict in the DR Congo's mineral-rich east, a region plagued by violence between armed groups backed by regional powers since the 1994 Rwandan genocide. To react to the escalation in these regions, I'm being joined by Lionel Nditabiriye, editor, Pan-African Review in Kigali, as well as Dr. Omololu Fagbadebo, research associate, Durban University of Technology, Ondo Town, Nigeria. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the news. Let me start with you, Lionel. Talk to us about the allegations that Rwanda is backing the M23 group. How credible do you find these claims?
I find them diversionary. The program shouldn't be framed as such. We have in this region many governments who came from rebel movements, and they were always had some kind of external support. The question should be whether the M23 movement has legitimate grievances. And most of the East African leaders, as they expressed after their meeting yesterday evening, they said that the government of Congo should discuss this matter with M23 rebels and find a political settlement to this issue. I expect the SADC to also agree with that view so that we can bring this to an end.
Dr. Fagbadebo, I'm sorry, I must have missed that a bit. Let's talk about the security in the DRC. Let's start off with what the Rwandan president, Paul Kagame, has been saying on the peace efforts and his recent phone call between the leaders of South Africa and Rwanda that has sparked tensions. How do you see the feud between the South African and Rwanda impacting the broader region's stability in East and Central Africa?
Thank you so much. The security in DRC has been on for a long time. The security challenge has been on for a long time. And the austerity of the M23 rebel, or what we call militia, compounded the problem. And because of the position of DRC as member of the East African countries, and at the same time as member of SADC, drew the attention of SADC to ensure that maybe there should be a military solution in terms of maintaining peace in that region. Now, the problem also is that the internal crisis in DRC, especially in the eastern region, which involved the Tutsi elements of that country, part of that country, belongs to the Rwanda, who are also Rwandan. And then the crisis they have has pitched the government of Rwanda against that of DRC. That is the truth. There is, this is beyond the boundary of DRC. It has involved the Tutsi ethnic groups in Rwanda. And that kind of conflict has automatically escalated, compounding the crisis, the security challenge in DRC. And that is why the South African SADC military are there for peacekeeping. But the truth, on the other hand, is that Rwanda did not see this as does them as a peacekeeper, but that they are part of supporting the DRC government. And in one way or the other, Rwanda also is wary of internal insurrection. The accusation has been on that DRC is sponsoring militia to take over the government of Rwanda. So these are the crises that are compounded. These are compounding issues on the crisis.
All right, Lionel, let me come back to you. What do you believe are Rwanda's strategic interest in supporting M23, if they are indeed involved?
Rwanda has interests, a security interest in Congo, as my colleague mentioned. There is a group called the FDLR, which was formed by those who committed genocide in Rwanda, which is spreading the same ideology that wreaked havoc in Rwanda in 1994. And we see the same hate speech, the same ideology being spread on the border of Rwanda, targeting people who are called Rwandans, although they are Congolese. And this has provoked a crisis, a refugee crisis. We have more than 500,000 people who have fled Congo because of that persecution, which is led by the FDLR in collaboration with the government of Congo at different times in history. And so it is maybe a coincidence that the same people are now rising up and saying, we need to go back home. We need that foreign genocidal force to be removed from Congolese territory. And actually, that is also what Rwanda is asking. So in that sense, the interests of M23 and Rwanda align as far as the FDLR is concerned.
All right, Doctor, let me come back to you. The president bailed out of the talks, and we're talking about a very volatile situation there. The tensions are high, and the leader of M23 has vowed to move further to Kinshasa. What are some of the security challenges you foresee, and also looking at the lives that have been lost?
With the determination of the M23 militia, as well as the pronouncement of President Kagame, the situation is becoming there in Congo, in DRC. Because the advancement of M23, the truth of the matter is that the advancement of M23 has the support and the backing of the Rwandan army. So that was the accusation that President Ramaphosa laid against Rwanda, that it was that the killing of South Africans were orchestrated by the Rwandan military men supporting M23. And so this has created a challenge, because as things are moving on now, with M23 saying that they are advancing to another major town in a major city in eastern DRC, and even threatening to move down to Kinshasa, it means that DRC may be heading towards a major civil war. And it's becoming a major crisis in that region.
I'll certainly look forward to more of a resolution, if that is possible. Thank you, gentlemen, for speaking with us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.